Good night, everybody. This is Author Chauncey Taylor, full-time author Chauncey Taylor. And this is my beautiful wife, to which we've been separated for maybe a few months. Um, and now, during the reconciliation period, I choose tonight to be a great night to present my wife to you all, along with some information that allow us to be separated to begin with. And this isn't the first time we've been separated, and this is not the first time we've attempted divorce. Maybe on two or three separate occasions. We've been separated maybe five times. Um, this is the sixth return to which it's time for both of us to stop holding on to the past. I was able to present you all with some information um, indicating the discrepancy of our mishaps and some of the hiccups we've had along the way throughout the course of this journey. We've been married um, since October of 2019, to which I'm happy that we were able to work things out and come to a sense of rationality and understanding about moving forward and presenting ourselves as a well conducted couple that the things that we have experienced in our past, a lot of married couples have encountered as well. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed. And I'm definitely not afraid to present you all with the information necessary to have you all believe that change is possible. Only if you put forth the effort to create an opportunity and take the necessary time to make the adjustments necessary for a marriage to prosper, right? A lot of people may not agree, but you're not living for other people. You're living for yourselves, and you made that commitment to God. I thank God for the opportunity to be alive, to be well, to have survived multiple things I've suffered in my life, including the personal experiences of disobedience. And just as sure as I confess with my mouth the Lord Jesus, and I believe in my heart that he came and died for my sins and rose from the dead, I shall be saved, that this marriage can be revitalized as well. Of course, a lot of us misbehave and conduct ourselves as little kids. And sometimes grown ups grow up in a physical form, but mentally never move beyond the past phases of being a child. So now, this presentation will take us further in this journey called marriage. And I'll allow my wife to present herself to you in a very prestigious manner to give you all some background about her. And we'll read an insert from the book itself and we'll elaborate further about certain instances in the book. We'll give you details, we'll give you information, we'll even emphasize on the matter of what had taken place at that particular time. And if a woman is willing to admit to her wrongs and move past those previous discrepancies to accomplish a higher essence of each other. The floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. My name is Greta Taylor. I'm Chauncey D. Taylor's wife. And as y'all know, he wrote this book, Married on the Verge of Divorce. Good intentions never fade, according to our story. So, that's his version of what he wants to say about the marriage, the flaws, and all, So, here we have it. So, he's going to read a little bit about it.
Yes, so I didn't intend to write a book so long, right? I only intended for this book to be maybe, I want to say, 150 pages long. It turns out that when I submitted the book for publication, I had to make a few adjustments. So I had to go in and edit a few things, and the book expanded to 318 pages, right? So the first few chapters will give you details about the incident, background about where everything arrived at, or where everything took place at, um, how the problem resonated with me, um, and what it looks like to have maybe a debilitating mind frame, a presumptive way of thinking, the matter of being in the state of assuming certain things that may or may not have taken place. But information being given with some of the underlying factors may prove to me that those things may have happened. Whether they did or not, nevertheless, we are together, inseparable, because God hates divorce. I love my life, and I don't want to jeopardize anything about my life or my wife's life as well. God loves us as people. They say he's married to the backslider. So he's married to us as sinners in a sinful world. And I'm not using this as an excuse. I'm just quoting something that we have to face every day as a common reality that we're going to be confronted with every day that we open up our eyes and inhale the breath of life that he gives us from the time we get ready to step outside of that door to after we brush our teeth and wash our face, put our clothes on, and open that front door to step into our vehicles to approach a job scene. We have to be confronted with temptation and other illustrious things in this world that will cause us to go against the nature of ourselves and the covenant of what we represent. So I'll start, and this is the book, so you all will see it. And if you don't have it, you may want to log on to Amazon and get you a copy of the book as well. It's titled Married on the Verge of Divorce. Good intentions never fade. Married on the verge of divorce. Good intentions never fade. I learned a lot from my marriage. And I'm pretty sure that other married couples that are still together today may have learned a lot from their marriage as well. Those experiences are lessons that you and your wife, as a husband and a wife, are supposed to learn as stepping stones on how to get to the next level within each other. The moment of discovery that you see that these things can be handled with the least bit of discretion, use it. Don't become angry. Don't become bothered, agitated, or upset. But sit down like a married couple are supposed to do, like mature adults, and talk about those issues individually, one on one. You sit down and you have encounter group. You put a chair in front of her, and you sit a chair in front of in front of behind yourself, right? And you ask her or you ask him, baby, what's going on? What's the problem? The other day, this. The other day, that. Well, I see that you have a problem with this, and I see that you have a problem with that. Maybe if we would use the tools to properly diagnose the problems, we wouldn't have as many problems. Because life is simple. As I speak about this in a lot of my life, and I know I've said some things that may have been contradictory to what I'm doing right now. But I thought it necessary to be the man that I am to step up to the plate and take responsibility for, at least for my actions. It's a man's job to be a man, and it's a woman's job to be a woman. If I put those underwears on, I have to wear them. If a lady put those panties on, she have to wear them. If I put my foot in some pants, one leg at a time, I have to represent that with the belt buckle and the shirt tucked in my pants as well. I'm not going to be a coward and run from anything. The only thing that I ran from was the fact that my life was threatened from a situation that happened maybe 4 years ago or maybe 5. Now I'm pursuing purpose. Therefore, this is the only step that I see that's left to take in order to reach the level I'm trying to reach as a man of purpose. I don't want to keep living a lie. I don't. Pinning the tail on a donkey, right? Chasing dreams, fiddling and fondling with life, experimenting with the unknown. You never know what to expect. So let me give you all a brief insert from the book. Okay? The coming of age has brought on a tremendous change surrounded by the time it has taken to finally realize the procedures of conducting myself in life as a child of God, a son, a husband, as a father. This all equals to a man of purpose. It has increased my level of understanding towards such pivotal moments. It can also be hard to endure if you are not mature enough to possess a greater sense of what God is telling you through life circumstances. It has been times I cried real tears because I did not know how we would make it together or how my wife and I would survive in a marriage that has undergone so many difficult moments of tragedy. Suffering the loss of respect, dignity, and character, material things like vehicles and hard earned money could have all been sustained had this confession been made into salvation. Furthermore, being able to manage things differently, only God is more capable of doing so. Though we as men are physically strong and knowledgeable about certain things, God's strength and knowledge is far greater. Oh, yes, it is. Therefore, I am highly enthusiastic about letting Him guide my life now that I am wiser, as He leads me in the direction only He could. I will listen as He speaks, as Adam did in the garden. Introduction. Entering a topic that is weird, strange, and awkward, all at the same time. Release from incarceration, witnessing the free world labeled as being called a society made up of people that coexist together as a community. I, Chauncey Detailer, became very acquainted with the reality of having to adapt to its behaviors. How do you even begin to categorize the title of a so-called civilization that seldom acknowledges its own behavior, when clearly everyone in society isn't so civilized, let alone kind or considerate, to say the least? This story is based particularly or partially on speculation and the sentiments of words that are made up of emphatic expressions of well-known proportioned truths. I was forced to decipher everything else that made me skeptical of being involved, referencing my own understanding after carefully examining the evidence, considering what was and still is most favorably important, and that's my marriage. You know, a lot of things in life don't even matter. And what makes you crap, what you eat, doesn't make me crap. A lot of people would predicate this entire story as being something of a fictitious incident that was made up from a Hollywood movie, theater, character. But I look at it as an expression of emphatic truths. Just as I said in the insert, a lot of couples need to do some of the things that my wife and I are currently doing: consultation, counselship, decisive thinking, all predicated on the elements of developing the necessary tools to help work on each other. Being more loving, more kind, more caring, more understanding towards the person that we chose to marry. We chose each other, right? So I think it's only necessary that we give them what's due unto them. If you have a husband, love that guy. If you have a wife, love that woman. You know why? Because those people are significant to your existence, whether you know it or not. In some form or another, they contribute to the cause of you becoming a better person. And I've used every excuse that I could possibly use, every explanation that I could possibly give. But this is the information I'm able to provide tonight in Married, on the Verge of Divorce, Good Intentions Never Fade. My name is Author Chauncey Taylor, and I approve this message. Log on to Amazon and get you a copy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a profound blessing, and it's a privilege and an honor to present you all with my beautiful wife, and the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable unto you. If there's anything that you all have to say about the information I provided tonight, feel free to leave the words in the comments, and we'll gladly respond to you all accordingly. Have a great night.